Hello, my Jug Monkey friends. It is Sonia, Matt from Jug Monkey Paint Company, here to spend a little bit of time with you tonight flipping something else, okay? You guys know that we've been doing a 20-day paint a piece of furniture a day challenge using our brand new line of Jug Monkey Milkshake Milk Paint, showing you in 20 days 20 different project ideas, 20 different ways to flip it, 20 different colors. Man, you know, what can we get into in 20 different days, right? So tonight is a whole new project we're going to start on. This is a piece that I found at my local Goodwill. Yes, say it with me. Sonia loves Goodwill. You'll find her there. It's the second place she likes to go to besides home, okay? Who else is with me that you would rather go to a thrift store than shop a mall, okay? I'm sorry. No, a mall, okay? It's nice to go home and then enjoy and sit back and look at the beautiful buffet that you just posted, that you just painted, right? So who's with us tonight? Say hello as you pop on. This is a true story. And by the way, for those of you who are new, welcome to our page here. We're happy to have you. We always say the inspiration is free, so be sure to stay for the inspiration. And this is the project we're going to get into tonight, okay? We love to make things beautiful through the power of paint. And so here was my problem. I wanted a sign to be able to put outside my shop, okay? You know, like when you come upon a store and it has like an easel sort of, what would you call this sign, my friends? Like a two-sided sign, right? Sidewalk sign. Yeah, absolutely. And so I went and I looked around to see what was out there, and they're not cheap, right? So I'm like, there's no way I'm buying a brand new sign. I'm going to make one. So I went on my travels just to see, keeping an eye out, to see if I could find something that would work outside for what we call it again? An easel sign, right? Like a two-sided sign. What'd you just call it, Matt?
Sidewalk sign.
Sidewalk sign. Okay. Sidewalk sign. Remember, when I ask you what it is again, tell me it's a sidewalk sign, okay? So here's the deal. I found this at my local Goodwill for $8.99, okay? So it's the chalkboard on one side, and then, of course, on the other side, you've got like the whiteboard, right? So here's pretty much what I love when I looked at it. You couldn't pay me $8.99 to make this, right? There is no way I would want to do this. I just want to paint it and make it pretty. So for $8.99, I'm thinking I could totally make something out of this, right? And so, you know, even though the whiteboard still says you are crazy here, can you see that right here? I might be crazy, you know,
you are, yes.
But we're going to try it anyhow. So this obviously is an old easel that maybe kids use, I'm assuming, in a home. The parents got rid of it, you know. The whiteboard has just been used so much, and on the other side, the chalkboard is like one of those green, you know what I mean, when you try to write on it, and it really doesn't even produce great like chalk stick results, just because it's so worn and it's not really a great chalkboard. And so it was given away. What's really cool is when I looked on the underside and I was able to look up the sticker, this is a $100 chalkboard, okay? I paid $8.99. Yes, this has been used and abused, but we can totally make it into a sidewalk sign, can't we, my friends, right?
Sandwich board.
Heck yeah, sandwich board, yes! So come over, I'll show you what I've got going on tonight in terms of the paint colors I'm going to pick.
All right, let's go.
And we'll get started, all right? Come on over. Are you telling me to go, go, go?
Go, 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 go.
Seriously, go, go, gadget, or what?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so we're going to use a blue and a yellow tonight, okay? So I really want this to pop. I'm going to show you how I cheat to make a chalkboard. I'm going to show you how I do a distress style, because if you want to use different colors of paint to be able to do that. So this is our ocean blue. I am going to put, let's see here, like 2 tablespoons right here. Yeah, 2 tablespoons. I'm just double checking to make sure. This is not the monkey part. This is the back of his head. All right, so
cheaters never win, though.
Here we go. What does that mean?
Well, you said you're going to cheat, and I said cheaters never win.
This is true.
Unless you're a professional athlete.
So who's on with us tonight? Talk to me.
Okay, let me go way
Tell me
back
who's
here.
I'm just looking. We got 4 going on right now. I think
Diane Ham up in the
possibly.
Cape, Tennille Folsom.
Yeah.
Deborah Diane Horton Dean. Karen Pogus, Carol Ann, Marlis, Charlene Grider, Jeanette Patton, Chris Winger, Lisa Joyle checking in from Montreal, Diane Stein, Linda Olson, Diane Heck, Lloyd Clapper, Cindy Callahan White, Mary Brewer Mitchell, Debbie Schneider, Connie Bacon from Hawaii, no less. We hate you so hard right now.
Oh man, we want to be really good friends with you. Yeah, please.
Marlis is checking in.
We had snow the last few days and lots of it.
And
rain. Yeah. Yeah, and a tornado that's kind of in the general vicinity, but
so
crazy stuff.
I kind of got this because I just seen the story. I haven't been watching the Olympics.
Okay.
Just because I'm kind of over the athletes this year.
What?
The athletes are a little bit cocky and self-centered, and that's not the Olympics to me.
Okay.
But can you believe?
Is it wrong that I don't even know anybody that's in the Olympics?
No. Can you believe the
All right.
Russians, the curling team for the Russians, have gotten busted for doping in performance-enhancing drugs? Do you really need performance-enhancing drugs for curling? It's basically
well, you should
bowling on
ask to
ice,
see if
God's
anybody
sake.
even know what curling is. I mean,
Oh,
I know
everybody
what it
knows
is being from
curling is.
Canada.
Curling's kind of caught on all over the place, but seriously.
Look how yummy that is. Can you guys see that? So this is pretty cool to be able to make paint right before your eyes, right? This is part of the fun experience when you use a milk paint because it comes in the powder form, and then you go ahead and you add water. We pretty much say equal water to your paint, and you make the most beautiful paints. And the cool thing is you add more water to thin or more of the paint pigment to be able to thicken it, right? Just to kind of let you guys know what's going down here. But yeah, curling, that used to be an after-school sport where I'm from. You would do that after school. You know that, right? Do you know that?
Yeah.
You do?
I do.
Okay. Because some people don't even realize what...
She can't remember. She used to tell me that all the time.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah.
And you remember everything. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put some of the blue on tonight, okay? Because here is the deal. I want to have this sandwich board sign be all bright and vibrant, okay? I'm going to add a little bit of the extra bond as well because my blue is going to be my base coat. So remember, I've been teaching you guys with milk paint as you asked the difference. Milk paint is the chippy paint, right? It's the unpredictable paint. You just don't know what it's going to do. But in the back of your mind, know that if you're painting it over a relatively shiny surface, that you could have more chippiness on your hands than maybe you're prepared for, all right? So I want the blue to be my base, and in terms of like how I layer, when I do layering of pieces of paint colors, I like to pick my darkest color to be the base, so when the cracks and when the things happen, it's like a shadow that lays inside of the initial top coat of color that I have on, right? So my first color is going to be the behind color, and it's going to be the dark, all right? So that's why I'm going to go ahead and add really quick a little bit of bond to this.
Yes, you can spray milk paint. You can spray milk paint. Heidi, you can spray milk paint.
Yeah, just obviously.
I haven't been here. Is there milk in it? Yes, there is milk in milk paint. Hey,
Do you want to show them what I just did?
what's that? You just put the extra bond in there?
Yeah, I just poured some extra bond in there.
Just put some extra
Just to
bond.
help strengthen it up. So if you're familiar with a chalky style paint, adding extra bond to a milk paint
Everybody's
basically
asking, did you get
makes it the
before
same.
pick?
I didn't! I didn't! Oh my gosh. Okay, I need a before pick. Okay, shine that camera on that so somebody can be so kind as to send me a really good before pick. Dang, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome, I tell you. Alright, so we've got this mixed up. And now we're going to go ahead and put it on, right? So I just basically, I don't even measure out the extra bond. I pretty much do a little bloop, bloop, or like I say last night, bloop, 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 and we're good to go, all right?
Yeah.
That's
Damon is on. What is
Damon
the bond?
is on.
The bond is another all-natural product that you put in. that makes
non-toxic.
It'll make it stick like the chalk paint, right?
Yeah.
So if you are on the all-natural kick and you want to keep everything natural,
Yep.
you go with the extra bond.
Ooh, yay. So I'm just basically, remember, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do in here, so I'm not worried about getting any sort of paint on that section because I'm going to make it all blend really, really nice. Now this paint will continue to thicken. I'm just kind of going to grab it and go with it, but just know that it will thicken upon standing. So typically, before you paint, I would recommend that you let it set maybe like 5-10 minutes, so that way you get it to the consistency that you like.
Practice what you preach, Sonia.
What's that? Well, I was going to say, unless you're going live and, you know, at the spur of the moment, you're just like, we're just going to make it work. We're just going to go with it, right?
Anyways. Hello, Paula from Moore, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma in the house.
Yeah, but anyways, just touching back on that Olympics thing. You know, growing up, it was much, I think it was a special event growing up because the Olympics, winter and summer, used to be every 4 years.
Right.
Now it's summer, and then 2 years later it's winter, and then 2 years later it's back to summer, which I think totally screwed it up. I mean, that used to be a family tradition, is everybody used to get together and sit around and watch the Olympics when I was a kid.
Right.
But now it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's too much. So, and then of course with all, you know, it's not as fun as it used to be. We don't have the rivals we used to. I don't think the competition is as good as it once was, you know, because it used to be really heated. So, anyways.
Listen, like I say.
Thank you, Teresa. Teresa emailed us
She emails the what?
the picture. That was the word I was looking for. I'm sorry. I'm like, my mind's going a million miles a minute.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pop this up, all right? We're just going to pop it up just like that so I can get the bottom.
Get
now
that
remember,
number 5 sticker.
I am going, listen, we're just going to paint all over that if we really want to. Okay? Let's be honest here. Nobody's going to see that. So this is going to be like a distressed looking style sign that I'm going to have outside of my shop for anybody who's just joining us going, she's missing spots. What the heck is she doing? It's because I'm going to go with a distressed style. So I'm putting my paint on now, and I'm going to show you how I bring it all together, all right? So we don't even have to paint the underside because my sign's not going to be popped up like this. It's going to be, that little tray is going to be laying down, right? Which is really kind of cool.
This is a like painting easel, like chalkboard, and it has a dry erase board the other side. We're converting it into a sidewalk sign for Junk Monkey Paint Company here to sit out in front of people when they're coming down the hill and saying, "Come in."
So you can do this paint finish on anything that you have, or you know what? If you want to make one for yourself as well, you can, right?
Yeah.
So let's do that side. Now we're going to go ahead and switch to the other side. Let's do the side.
I have to follow her. She told me I had to follow her tonight.
Yes, because this thing is so big, I can't just flip it around, right? You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yeah. So here's the deal. Tomorrow, it seems like some people have tomorrow off for schools in the area. What about you guys? We do have to get up tomorrow morning. Yeah. But it's not everybody, not all schools are out tomorrow.
Well, President's Day you usually have off. They're just making up snow days.
It's a makeup day here. Yeah. Like, don't they know I want to sleep in?
Yeah. Where do we find our pieces? Goodwill,
yep.
Habitat for Humanity, Salvation Army, roadside.
Yep, you name it.
Dumpster diving.
I'm curious, you guys share, where's your best places to get furniture? Like, do you do a lot of Goodwills? Is your Goodwill or your Salvation Army shop like decently priced in your area? Because they're all very different, right? Like in terms of pricing. And it's not fun when you go to a place where like an end stand is like, you know, $39 and you're like, what?
You want people to give away their honey holes on
well, no, I just mean in general. I don't mean a specific place.
So, anyways.
Like, you know, do you do the spring clean out with everybody else? You know, maybe you have garbage day in your area. Maybe you collect it from friends. Do you put it on sales trades once that you're looking for furniture? Do you scour those sites? Do you do Craigslist? You know, that sort of thing, right?
Carol, yes, we got your emails. I think we took care of you today.
Yep, I talked to Carol. I think I messaged her back if I'm not mistaken. Okay. All right. You want to come around the back?
Yes.
Coming around the back. I think this piece up here is where you would put like maybe your big sheet of paper and
so
you would roll
can take
it down.
That off? Yeah, somebody just asked that actually.
What's that? What this thing is up here?
If it was like where you put like...
yeah, your paper, right?
Yeah, your paper.
Which is kind of cool. So this is fun, especially if you have like, if you have one of these in your house and you feel like it's worn out and the chalkboard doesn't work anymore, I'm going to show you how to revive it. But I'm just doing a fun furniture finish, right, that you can put on anything. And I want this to be distressed. So here's the thing. I'm going to use multiple colors to get the look I'm looking for tonight. But I want you to know that the more colors that you use, the more distressed your piece is going to actually look, all right? And the reason is think about, you know, when you see an old piece of furniture by the side of the road, and the reason why to your eye, like an old window or something like that, is because it's been painted multiple times. And now, you know, the elements have gotten to it. It's peeled back over time. And you can see all the colors that maybe somebody painted that window at one point or an old door. You know, that's what happens over the years. People paint things. And so we're just going to kind of imitate that tonight.
People are saying it's, yeah, when has this happened? And a lot of people are saying, you know, we don't go to the thrift stores anymore. It's too expensive.
Yeah, right? We see that in our area as well.
Yeah, we should have a day of action. Civil unrest. You guys get this stuff free.
You know,
Bring
we
the
should
price
make it a
down.
holiday where everybody gets to have a day off work, and we call it like National Pickin' Day or something like that, right? Okay, how do we do that? I want to sign up for that day.
I don't know. I think we should all like send nasty grams to like the head of Goodwill and Habitat for Humanity and say, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah, I think it depends on who's pricing the stuff, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
From what I've heard. Because, you know, if you have somebody pricing that knows that, hey, okay, this is a dresser, and, you know, this has got great bones, and somebody's going to do something with it, then maybe that person might be a little bit biased to try to price it a little bit higher.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you still got to haul it, and you still got to paint it, right? So you really have to figure out if it's worth your while or not to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to get a nice layer of the blue on this piece. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy at all. Woo.
I have one of the rafters in the garage. I need to paint it. Waiting for a grandchild.
One of these?
Oh, I think that's, yeah, one of these. I guess.
Cool. Heck yeah.
And you aren't using a chip brush.
Nope, I'm actually using a brush. I'm going to use a chip brush here in just a little bit. But I'm using a new brush that I have found that I absolutely love. It is called the Klingon. I have a bunch coming in from Holland, and they're available for pre-order on my website. As soon as they get here, I'll send them out here. Hopefully they'll be here in the next week or so. And they're awesome because if you see how many times I've had to dip my brush, it actually it really holds a lot of paint. And it's really nice and smooth, and it just gives you a whole lot of coverage, but you can still control it like a chip brush, because you can see like lots of peaks of that underside coming through, right? I'm not trying to get full coverage in this piece. I'm just trying to, you know, give it some color and dimension and a background. But I love these brushes. They're actually considered wet brushes, and so it stays wet. You leave them in water, and they're just always great and stays great for you to continue to paint with. All right, let's do the other side.
All right. Oh, I see Mr. Happy's back.
Mr. Happy Pappy?
No, they're not happy.
I know, I'm just being sarcastic.
They're just being buttheads. So,
all right. That's
yeah,
all. Send them hearts and love, guys. Send them hearts and love. Hey, you want to come over here? This is the side I'm going to finish up.
Okay. All right. After waxing, can you still paint over the piece?
It's really tough to paint over
wax.
Yeah, it really is. If you were going to do that, I would tell you to use and do a test, but use our chalky style paint, because that's a paint that's the muscles, right? And so it sticks to pretty much everything under the sun. Give it a test, and it also depends on the style wax that you used initially, because not all wax are created equal. So, but if you're going to try that, use our chalky style paint and give it a shot.
So, Susan, and about the paint, I always wonder if you just clean up with water. Absolutely we do.
Yes. Yep. So are you going to do a giveaway tonight?
I don't know, should I?
I don't know, it's up to you.
Who wants a Happy Fun Time mystery box?
Do we have any Happy Fun Time people on here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But tonight they need to be mega.
Let's see if somebody has a good joke.
Tonight they have to be mega ultra happy fun time, except for Mr. Butthead and the nasty faces. I want to do the thing like when Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, when they get all this money, and then they just drive around and show up at people's houses that like criticized them on the internet.
Right.
And they were like 12-year-old kids, and they drag them out of the house.
I don't think I saw that movie.
Yeah, you did.
It's been a long time. Doesn't stand in my brain. All right, what do you think? What do you think? It's not going to look too funky right now because it's got that green in it, right? So it doesn't really match all that well. But that's okay. We're going to flip all this out. I really like that, right? And again, I'm not trying for all over coverage. I am just going for getting my blue base down, right?
Your buddy Radar's on here.
Cool, Radar! Wah, wah, wah. Hey, buddy, how you doing, Radar? Listen, somebody messaged me today, I'm trying to remember who it was, and told me that their cat, Emma, is it Emma Lou or Emma Lee? She also enjoys watching us as well. We've got some fur friends.
Yeah.
We got some fur friends, okay, that watch us. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, let that dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and start with my second color. All right, let me wash my brush real fast. Do you want to show them the ocean blue and show them the Dory yellow that I'm going to be using next? I'll be right back.
We're going to be using the ocean blue, which we just played on there. And we're going to be using Dory yellow down here. So, anyways, For those of you who are new, what the Happy Fun Time mystery box contains, no one knows until you get it. So if you want a chance at receiving that super ultra mega Happy Fun Time mystery box, all you have to do is share this post and then mark shared underneath, and then we're gonna pick one person at random and send you a box. Radar's having a fit. You're welcome.
He's our buddy.
Yeah. You're welcome, Bridget.
He's our buddy.
So, anyway.
That's Bridget.
Yep. All right. Coming over here.
All right, let's go ahead and dry this out a little bit. I'm going to take out my handy dandy heat gun to speed this process up.
How do you clean your dumpster fire and worry about bringing bugs and old wood? If it seems like there's bugs in it, like if it's rotted, we don't bother it. Yeah, we just
leave it.
We leave it. So.
Yeah, if you, just always be careful of that because it's a real thing. I've never run into it in my 9 years of painting furniture myself personally. But, you know, I'm very careful over what I bring, especially if you're bringing something that is fabric, right? Now, I will tell you, here in Pennsylvania, if you buy anything from a thrift store, they are supposed to, if they're selling anything that has, like, fabric into it, they have to spray it with, like, a microban. You pay for that. You have to pay for it to be able to sell as a retailer, to be able to sell anything that has, like, you know, like reupholstered, that sort of thing, right? Chairs, couches, that sort of thing. So by law, they have to register that they're selling it, and they have to spray it in a specific kind of microban. And there would also be a yellow tag attached. Have you guys ever been to a thrift store? At least here in Pennsylvania, it might be a little bit different for some other states, but I'd imagine you guys maybe have something similar. And so if you've ever gone to a thrift store, if you see the yellow tag on it and somebody's initialed it with the date, that means that, you know, they're saying that yes, they've sprayed that and they've initialed that they've done that, right? So always look for those little yellow tags, because if you've ever seen them, that's what it means.
Chantel Shaw, I've been in that situation many, many times before. And trust me, when we come back, we don't care if the house is pink, yellow, and blue. We're just happy to be home. Trust me.
What's she saying?
She said, my husband, when he gets back from Iraq, might not be thrilled with all the ideas I got. Trust me, he don't care. He's just happy to have a toilet bowl and a shower.
Ain't that the truth, right?
Yes. Is a heat gun better than a blow dryer? Yes and no.
I like my heat gun.
We gotten used to use it, but remember, a heat gun is designed to actually take paint off, not help make paint stick on. So you got to be real careful with it. You got to learn it. We use it on here. We used to use blow dryers, but it was too loud for the lives. So, and people would leave, you know. So.
You'd be like, it's so loud. So, now, this is why I always move with it, because when it gets up to 1,200 degrees, and some of them go even higher. So think about, you know, how hot your oven is, just sticking your hands in to get your casserole out of the oven for supper. This gets to 1,200 degrees, so you want to make sure that when you are finished with it, like when I leave, I make sure this sucker is on a place where there's no fabric or carpet or cardboard touching it, and I make sure it's always unplugged, all right? Because, do you want to come over here, babe, on this side?
But they're watching you speak.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, it dries fast because it's so hot that it does suck the moisture out. But just know that if you get one, you've always got to keep moving with it because it is so intense. It's amazing that if you leave it on one spot, you can actually see. Can you guys see that up close?
It's kind of, we got some light stuff in.
You can actually see, yeah, you can't really see it on the camera, but you can see it with your naked eye, just, you know, how much it just dries so quickly.
Uh-oh, we got another fur friend on here, Mr. Bingley.
Mr. Bingley?
He recognizes the heat gun. I'm sorry, I hear Mr. Bingley, I think of Mr. Pickles.
That's so cute.
The dog on Adult Swim.
Oh, really?
So, anyways,
but hey, that raises a good question. Tell us your pet's name, okay? We want to know what's your dog or your cat's name. Tell us your pet's name. I bet you there's some cute ones.
Yeah, actually, Donna, I don't even know what's in the mystery box because I don't pack it. So
that's why it's a mystery, Donna.
Yeah,
come on.
I don't even know.
You sound like me when Matt tells me he has a gift for me and then he expects me to live for like weeks before I can get it, okay?
Well, it's called Christmas. So, Sonia needs junk monkey caps. We have junk monkey everything else.
Yes, we do, right? True story.
Guess what I'm doing this week, Jeanette? Thank
What?
you. Or Anna. We're doing monkey hats. Yeah. It glows red. Yeah. The reason it glows red is because it's about 1200 degrees.
Yeah, you do not want to touch it, okay?
So,
I'm just going to get the underside down here.
we got a moose. We got a dozer. We got Gunner.
Yes.
Yes.
Love
We
'em.
got Happy and Kitty.
That is awesome.
Very
We
hot.
have an Oreo, a Tiki, a Duffy, and
Stanley Cat.
who
Yeah.
we call Fluffy Bumpkins.
So there's a Willow, a Kodiak, and a Kendall, all Yorkie. Bill and Buster. Bill's the dog, and the cat's Buster. Sonia used to have a dog named Bill.
I did.
Bill
yes.
Dog Whalen.
Yep, Bill Dog Whalen. God love him.
Yeah. Kada, Damien, and Dawn. Pekingese. Karen, Tucker. Did we meet Tucker when we were up at Karen's? I don't know.
Yeah.
Ebony is
He was
her.
a good boy.
her
He
first.
stayed off the carpet. He stayed right where he needed to stay.
Yeah. Oh, Ebony has, Teresa has a Bichon Freeze Poodle Mix. Amy says her cat's Dino from the Flintstones.
Funny.
Yeah, so anyways. I'm over on this side right now while Sonia's hiding behind because I'm trying to cut down on the glare from the lights coming in. So she's hiding. Yes, there you go. Groundhog Day.
Yes, exactly.
Valentina Guzmiso Peaches. So, you're funny. I can't believe we just...
I know. I don't know why I did that.
Big
I don't
buddy
know why I
and
did
he's
that.
big.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's going to kill you if you're going to do that, right?
Good God Almighty.
Googly wiggly.
A cat named Harry. That's
That's a
pretty,
suitable name.
Yeah, that's
Harry cat?
Harry cat,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, anyway.
That
Two
would be good.
hamsters. Hansel and Gretel. Well, that's pretty interesting.
Oh, no. Oh, true story. We used to have a hamster. He
Mr.
went
Mouse.
missing. Mr. Mouse. His name was Mr. Mouse and he was a hamster.
Right.
I think he might have had an identity crisis.
Well, that's Riley couldn't really...
Well, yeah. Our son was young and he looked like a mouse, so we call our hamster Mr. Mouse, right? Totally acceptable. But yeah, he went missing for a few days. We could not find him anywhere. And then we did find him. He was still alive.
Yeah, he fell into the ash.
Yeah.
In the ash chute.
We were in the living room, and there's a fireplace in the living room, and we had the everything else blocked off, right? So we took him out of his little rolly ball, so he could kind of like, run around a little bit and be in our area where we were sitting. And it's like, awesome, where did he go? Where did he go? Could not find him. Could not find him. Then we searched the rest of the house because we thought, well, maybe he snuck outside of the little barricade. Couldn't find him anywhere. No signs of Mr. Mouse anywhere. Then, after 3 days, I'm sitting there in the living room going, where the heck did Mr. Mouse go to? And I'm thinking, there's no other way for him to go out. And then I went, no! He wouldn't have walked into the fireplace itself and fell down the chute, would he? So I made Matt go outside and be like, go outside the house where the hashes come out and just see if he's in there. And God love him. Well, you can tell the rest of the story, right?
Yeah, I pulled him out, and he went from blonde to ashy gray, and he was sneezing and carrying
I
on.
imagine it was like Stuart Little, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where he just like cute little mouse, he just sneezed and anyway, God love him. So he was fine, put him back in his cage, and he lived a good life.
So, yeah.
But yeah,
Somebody wants a headband lesson.
a headband lesson? In what? In what way? How to put their hair up?
Well, the paint worked well on glass. If you use the extra bond, but I would suggest the Jump Monkey Original for
right.
glass.
Okay, we're gonna go that far, right? So there might be some spots where it's a little bit wet, but I think we got it pretty much all. That's okay if there are some little wet spots, because when you have a wet spot with your paint, and if you put another paint over it, there might be some areas where they touch and you just get this really, really cool blend, right? So I'm okay with that because I'm gonna go with a shabby distress style. All right, so let's go ahead and mix up our yellow. All right, come on over.
Yeah, somebody had your cat bring in a live mouse today.
Oh, well, that's gifts, right? They love you.
Yes, yeah.
They love
Cat
you when
was
they
probably
do that.
like, he brought in alive, so he must really like you. He's trying to, here, I brought this for you.
Oh,
you
my
know,
goodness gracious.
You can eat it, it's fresh still, see? Still fresh.
Love it.
Still fresh.
All right, let's do 1, 2, let's see. Well, maybe we'll do 4, just the same. Okay, so we're going 4 tablespoons. And this is our yellow Dory color. So remember, when you do 4 tablespoons of that, then just make sure you do the same in water, and you can adjust from that point on, okay? You don't have to be crazy with like, oh my gosh, did I put a few more drops in than I needed? It's no big deal, honestly. You're not gonna break it. All right, there we go. And next we stir, right? So let's get our stir sticks right here. What I call them stir sticks? Our whisk. The whisk. The whisk are now on the website as well at junkmonkeypaint.com.
Is that alcohol in the green bottle? If it was, it wouldn't be there any longer. It would be in my belly. It's actually just water.
Just water.
Just water.
I've never added wine to my paint.
No.
Of course, I've painted with wine in terms of holding a glass of wine.
Okay, I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
Know when you stick something, you set something on it after it dries, and it sticks or scratches. Does this paint do that? Well,
make sure it's sealed really well.
If you seal it really well,
and don't put things on it before it seals. I would say too.
When regular furniture that happens, that means you have the seal that they used on it isn't a real strong seal.
Or it isn't completely. Because remember, what happens is that when you seal a piece, whether you realize it or not, it takes like things to cure over 30. It takes 30 days for things to cure. So even on the outside, it might feel dry. Behind the scenes, when you're sleeping at night for the next 30 days, that wood is pulling it in, because wood is porous, right? So it's pulling it in. So if it is not cured and you put something on the top of it, what can happen is if you leave it there for a while, that wood is still working and it can pull it back into the wood pores, right? So, and that's how you get that pop when you go to, pull it off. So just make sure you use coasters and things like that. I always tell people that when you paint furniture, you really should treat it like new furniture, right?
So James says, anyone ever tell you sound like Ellen DeGeneres? Yes, she gets that all the time.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't hear that myself.
However,
but then again, how you hear yourself is completely different than somebody else.
However, nobody's ever said I sound like Norm Macdonald.
What?
Said I sound like Norm Macdonald.
You?
Yeah.
What was I heard somebody say you sounded like the other night? I'm trying to remember. Somebody wrote something.
Mostly people say I sound like an ass.
You sound like mad.
If you have mixed paint and don't use it all, can you put a lid? Yes, put it in your refrigerator for a night or 2.
Yeah, I would definitely make up as you go, okay? Because remember, these are all natural ingredients, and so make them up to like what you need. So if I would need more, if I paint it with this and I need more, I can just make it more on the spot. So I would rather you not use up your product, just do what you think you'll need, and then add more if you need to add some later, okay? Like, come back here to this cup and add some later. So I'm just stirring it right now. You can see how it's starting to thick up, because remember how I said, give it 10 minutes and this paint will be like amazing.
I find that funny because I actually come from Dennis Miller country, not Norm Macdonald country, so.
Did somebody tell you sounded like Norm Macdonald?
Yeah, sometimes he said. So, anyways. But Lori said she's living vicariously through you.
Oh, there you go, Lori.
Can we see the announcer? You saw me the other night. That's all you
here's
need.
the deal. If you stay tuned, Matt might just have a camera fail again, and you might get to see him, right? We can only hope.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. Okay, so I'm thinking I should totally use some Chippy Happy juice. What do you think, guys? Because this piece over here, I want to go distressed with it, so I can't go wrong with bringing out some Chippy Hippie, right? So I'm just going to grab one of my old rags here. This is the stuff that we call Chippy Hippie, and because that's what it does, right? It helps create this really, really weird, designs in your paint. So last night, do you want to show them a little bit down here? Yep. We did some Chippy Hippie juice on this guy last night, who was here for this one. And you might remember the drawers that I put it on, right? So this is an example of it with a black, and this is our black soot milk paint. If you go in close, you can really see the crackle that happens. You guys see that? You seeing it? So we're going to go with a little bit of that, okay? So I want to see blue in the background and yellow up front. I think that would be really, really cool. Plus, everybody loves some color, right? So let's go ahead and we just put it on a rag and put it wherever it is that we want to see it. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I guess I take that back. Somebody, when I was in the Marine Corps, I think one of my gunnery sergeants said I had Norm Macdonald type
voice,
just demeanor and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was in the Balkans too. Ah, look, they're shooting. I used to do that all the time. They get mad at me.
Is that your laid back voice?
That was my, you know, in the middle of stuff going, oh no, here comes some mortars. And everybody be like freaking out.
All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to dry this off. This is my brush I used earlier.
What chemicals are in the hippie chippy juice? Nothing. It's all natural. Yes. Freshly squeezed hippies. They're free range too, Sally.
All right, let's go ahead and put this on, guys. Come over and take a look.
The Chippy Hippie is certified organic, is it not?
I believe it is, actually.
Yes.
All right, we ready? You ready?
Yeah.
To see what happens?
All right, let's go.
Oh, yeah. You see that? You seeing it? You seeing it? So I want to go ahead and get a bunch of this, like, you know, distress, fun colors going on. It doesn't have to be total coverage, but I do want to see it looking like, you know, that yellow paint has really fallen off of it. Of course, we have some more steps to add to it as well, but I will tell you, the Chippy Hippie Juice is pretty darn amazing. So if you make signs and you just want a different backdrop, this stuff is pretty amazing. And then, of course, you know, when you're, I would just dry this as normal, and then it just dries the way it looks, okay? And then you can keep doing other things on top of
Lori
it.
says we need to pour money together and get Matt and Sonia some lighting. We actually have pro lighting. It's just we have a very small area.
We do.
And the light doesn't. This is a weird building. It was built
Let's
right
see if
after
we can turn it a little bit
1700s,
more.
so it's like,
You want to come this way? Stand over by me. I know I don't bite. I mean, you should know after 20 years. For goodness
Sally says, "Hey, I'm an old hippie." Well, that's good. That means when we come looking for free range hippies, you won't be able to outrun us. So, anyways.
So, adding some yellow. And guys, I haven't had to distress or anything with a sand block. I'm going to do some of that. But just by using this as an in-between, like literally a sandwich on the sandwich board, you kind of want to show them this up close so you can really see it. I haven't done anything yet, right? So now I'm just kind of putting on colors, getting it the way I want it to look. And then from there,
you can use
play with it.
Chippy Hippie with other, like, chalky paint and stuff.
I have not tried it. We've actually formulated it to work with our milk paint, because remember, the milk paint is the unpredictable stuff, right? It is the lighter unpredictable. So we'll give it a test with our chalky style paint for you guys as well, because I think that's the second time somebody asked me that. So we'll make sure, because I don't want to tell you can, but remember, the chalky style paint is the stuff with the muscles, and so I don't want you to use it and then be like, darn it, it doesn't work for me, right? So we'll do a test.
Somebody asked, now do you put blue again?
Okay, I could, right? But I could use another color too. Can you imagine layering 3 colors, guys?
Barb Slate said yes, and they're young hippies. Matt promises us no hippies were intentionally hurt
That's right.
in the process. And even if they just happen to be, we use every part of the hippie. So we you know, nothing goes to waste.
Are you trying to say no hippie left behind?
Yeah,
What are you trying to say here?
So, anyway.
All right, let's
Linda,
go ahead.
Linda, this is the first post I've seen from you, so I wasn't ignoring you. So
All
don't
right,
go
let me
there.
see here.
Chippy Hippie is 17 a jar. It's 8 ounces, and it goes a
long
long way.
Yeah, you could do many projects with that. Look how cool that looks. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Anyways, if somebody wants to help with the new people, just kind of let them know what's going on, so I can go.
Because they're like, what the heck am I watching? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
Are they wondering what the heck they've signed up for here?
So Elizabeth says, I'm an oldie but goodie Woodstock hippie. Well, I technically am too. I went to the one in, what was it? Yeah, 99 it was. So.
All right. Love that. All right. So remember, this board is going to go outside my shop, and I want it to look like something that, you know, if you were walking down the street, remember, I've got to do all this as well, but I want it to be eye-catching, right? You guys can do whatever color you want, but I'm going to go with a blue and a yellow. Plus, I wanted to try some different colors tonight, too, right? To show you guys.
So, is the paint weatherproof? No, you have to seal it.
It's like any paint. You would definitely want to have to seal it.
Now, we used our Junk Monkey Original outside and did not seal it. And it's actually holding up quite well.
So, like, I'm going to seal this piece when I'm done.
Tess, you're bad, Tess. She said new people, they paint valuable antiques.
Oh, oh that's too funny.
So, how long does the hippie juice stay active for?
You got lots of time to work with it. I mean, I wouldn't think you'd need any more than, what, 15, 20 minutes to work with it. So you should be good. But I do it in spots. So that way it has time to stay active, right?
What version of Junk Monkey is this? This is the Junk Monkey milkshake. This is the milk paint line.
Do you want to show them the colors while I'm working on this?
You're sending me back to the board?
Yeah. Just to kind of show them.
The milk paint comes in 20 colors. You have mustard pickles, tea biscuit, brown mousse, Irish eyes green, black soot, stage red, fir tree green. You have, I'm looking over here, Lassie brown, which is light brown, storm blue, which is a light blue. You have yellow Dory, which we're using right now, bake apple orange, foggy gray, which is a light white gray, Lavatel blue, which is like a federal blue, red ochre, iceberg white, sea glass, which is kind of like a teal green, thick cream, which is kind of an off white color, ocean blue, mossy rock, and wild salmon. Man, please come back over. I feel lonely over here. She sends me to the corner. I don't like it.
Well, for new people that might want to see the colors when you talk
Any
about
chunky monkey.
That's because you missed me over there.
Listen,
Let's be honest here.
listen.
The truth comes out. You missed me.
Any chunky monkey. No, that's just I.
Oh my.
Tony said she's used her original Junk Monkey paint outside one for iron tables, and it's been through rain, snow, and sun. Looks great. Yeah, our wrought iron
that
post.
stuff,
Yeah.
and you can imagine how long it will last for, right?
Yeah. Can you come to New Zealand? I'll put you guys up.
Yes. You know what?
So,
I have seen Lord of the Rings, and your scenery is breathtaking.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Sign me up. Guys, do you like it? Do you like it? Do you see what I'm going for? All right, let me see here. I'm getting there.
Oh, that's ice cream chunky monkey, the Ben and Jerry's, yes. I'm not a big banana fan, actually, so.
I do like me some Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Does she give you a dunce hat?
A dunce hat?
Yeah, when I go to the corner.
Only on certain days, right?
Yeah.
That's all.
Anyways. Barb says, Matt, don't sound so enthused. You've been sent to the chalkboard. What's the difference between milk paint and chalk paint? Chalk paint is...
I love hearing how they describe it.
Well, I was about to describe it.
I know, but it's always fun to see how they describe it. Because we know how we describe it.
Yes.
All right, you go ahead and describe it. I was curious to hear our peeps describe it.
So, chalky style paint is a heavy duty, stick to anything paint. It's super durable.
Our chalky style.
Yeah, our chalky style is it's super durable. Can be sealed any numerous ways. Milk paint is the original paint that mankind came up with. It chips. It's very unpredictable. If you want that old style look, you can use it like this to cause chipping effects on your material.
But I have to tell you that he's talking about our milk paint because I know from experience and from talking to other people who use paints, they're not created equal, right? It's like my chocolate chip cookies compared to your chocolate chip cookies. So just know, I've read reviews and heard from other people that some milk paints will not chip as much as, the person, the user may have tried it. So we're happy to be able to have a milk paint that does indeed chip, my friends. You guys have seen it, right?
Also, milk paint is all natural. It's, it's all natural.
Our milk paint is, not everybody's.
Not everybody's. And also our Monkey Shine Sealer is one of the few waxes out there that is a mix of certified organic materials. And it is actually food grade, so there you go.
You can use it in the kitchen. But yeah, if you ever see milk paint that comes in the pre-mix form, that is not a true milk paint, right?
Yeah.
You guys know that.
It has VOCs and everything.
It has to come in a powder form.
Natalie says she used her Monkey Shine to dust and polish her bedroom furniture today. So much nicer than chemical stuff in the
Yeah. I think Natalie even shined her boots with it, which was pretty amazing. Okay, let's do the other side real fast.
Mr. Nasty Face is back. I will find you.
Matt's been waiting for you.
Yes.
We've been waiting for you.
Yes, I will
been
find
waiting for you. Let's be honest.
So Maggie said she's doing her kitchen cabinets with our paint as she's watching.
I hope you got the video, girl.
Girl, you need to pay attention to what you're doing. Don't watch us. So, Monkey Shine is our natural wax sealer. People are saying the easel needs red too. I don't know if it does.
Guys, you read my mind. What do you think that third bag is? See, we're sisters, man. We're like creative buddies. All right, let's go ahead with some yellow over here.
Starla's addicted.
She's addicted?
She's going to have withdrawals like when we ended the 30-day challenge. So this is her. She's been here since third day, so.
Oh, Yes, this is what we do.
Yeah.
We yak, we paint.
Yeah, we had some
we make people mad because we paint over things called wood. But, you know, it is a paint page after all.
We had some pretty hard withdrawal and separation anxiety things that we had to talk people through after the first one we did. So
you guys are so awesome. We appreciate the support.
I know. I'd like to pin it, but I forgot my phone, so I can't.
Yeah, somebody put in our website.
Yeah. Well, they
that
just
would help
did.
us. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. See here, red.
By the way, guys, did you subscribe yet to our YouTube channel? We're going to be getting ready to launching some lives over there, okay? So make sure you go on YouTube, search Junk Monkey Paint Company. Make sure you subscribe because that's how you're going to get the live notifications. And so don't be disappointed when we do some lives over there. You don't catch us over here, right? So it's just another place to do some fun stuff. So anyway, search Junk Monkey Paint Company.
Over there? Oh, those are Junk Monkey Paint Company shirts.
Yep.
Actually, we don't have
they're kind of hidden right now.
Yeah, as you can see, we're like, you can zoom in on them. They're actually our shirts here we sell at the shop. We're working in smaller and smaller spaces since we've been doing the challenge. So we got all kinds of new product. We got all kinds of shipping going out. And we got all these new projects to work on. So
yes, we
it's
do.
A little bit harder.
So local people, if you're local, I'm probably just going to have a big old sale on like this coming Saturday. I just want you to know if the weather is good. I'm just going to empty the contents of my shop out onto the front stairs and lawn and let you guys go wild, okay? Because when you guys take the babies home, I get to bring more babies in to make beautiful, right?
Yeah, we don't have any room for any
It's
more
a
babies.
vicious cycle.
So, yeah. So, anyways, tonight we're going to seal with something a little bit different. Since it's going outside, we're going to use our old poly with the milk paint to show you guys that we can do that as well. So, there you go. We are located in Ligonier, Pennsylvania, about 35 miles southeast of Pittsburgh, in the beautiful Laurel Highlands. I need somebody to find out what the score of the Penguin game is right now. So, anyways. Just saying, help a guy out. Hey.
Oh, you're so bad.
Oh, I'm just saying, even I would let.
Seriously. How long does it take a guy to find a workaround like that, right?
Yeah. So.
All right, I'm just going to do the bottom down here, and I think then we're good with this color. And I got another color, of course, the red. Yes, that we do want to add. That's exactly right. I will tell you that teals, yellows, reds, dark blues, teals, reds are like absolute amazeballs together. They look gorgeous. And
Now you're talking like Clara.
What's that?
You're talking like Clara.
My buddy Clara?
Yeah.
Oh, she would agree that it look amazeballs too.
No, it's 5'2". Awesome. Awesome. That's like the, I don't know if you're playing at home, but I think that's like the 12th one in a row at home. May have to visit from Washington State. Never been to Pennsylvania.
Heck yeah. Come
Pennsylvania is awesome. Washington State's awesome. Pennsylvania is awesome. Everybody else, what's it? Did you see the survey of the first word that people think of when they hear your state name? Do you know what Pennsylvania was?
What?
It was haunted.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah. Well, they hear Pennsylvania, they think Transylvania, Pennsylvania, Transylvania.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah, there you go.
Growing up in Canada, I did think that somehow Pennsylvania was related to Transylvania when I was younger.
Well, it's just, it can be a spooky place. It can be a spooky place, no lie.
Right.
We had a lot of weirdness going on in Pennsylvania over the years.
Oh yeah, I've seen some weirdness.
Yes.
Weirdness.
Yes. Cool. Thank you guys. Everybody came up with it. I love this. I'm just gonna go live.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna talk about odd things and have people do all my research for me.
Like a live Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Siri.
So,
right. Only I can't get Siri to work. You know, I was having this conversation.
Caitlin says,
with Caitlin
she needs
today.
Job, please, sir.
Oh, too funny. Too funny. Yeah, there's an inside joke there. By the way, speaking of Caitlin, though, and not being able to communicate with Siri, our girl Caitlin here at the shop, she is amazing because I swear she's trained her Siri or her Google. She'll just say, "Hey Google" on her Android, and I swear to God, that thing will talk to her like they're sisters. I don't know how she does it. Mine, I ask it a question, it doesn't understand a word I've just said. it comes out with things that I definitely did not say. But anybody else have that problem, or is it just me?
Yeah, Tess, I travel that road probably 4 times a day, and yes, it is getting nasty. Yes, we do sell our Junk Monkey paint aprons. They're $26.
Yep, they're on the website.
Do you have one? How about the shirts?
I don't have the shirts just yet.
Okay.
We just redid our website this week, so I got to get the shirts on too.
Yeah, Myra Jean says Siri's been ignoring me lately. I have the
Really?
same problem because I was cheating with Alexa.
I painted some kitchen cabinets for clients, and they had Alexa in their house.
Yeah.
It was pretty darn cool because I could be here like this here painting their kitchen cabinets, and I'd say, Alexa, play me some blah, blah, blah. And she would pull up songs. That was the best thing. Alexa, how's the weather looking for blah, blah, blah. I thought that was so cool.
I like messing with Alexa, asking her if she worked for the CIA, and she would just shut
I
off.
want to show you something really cool thing. I want to show you a really, really cool thing.
let's
Look at
see.
this. Chippy Hippie Juice at its finest. Do you see that? Pretty darn cool, right? Like all that right there without having to do anything. It just happens.
How do you know how
Love
much
it.
paint to order for king size bed and footboard and 2 nightstands and a large dresser?
Okay.
We say usually 1 for every large piece,
Yep, just a rule of thumb.
especially if you're new. But it goes a lot further than that. Even the milk paint does.
And we haven't seen it, any pictures of your stuff, and we all know that there's different size furniture. So just know that rule of thumb is, like Matt said, 1 pouch or 1 can to 1 standard size piece of furniture. And if you have some left over, that's awesome because you can keep it for any touch up, and you can also keep it keep it for like any like future decor and that sort of thing as well, right? So it's better to have a little bit more than run out.
So
Cool.
she said, Janet said, Alexa, listen to me. So, anyways.
Alexa, listen to you.
Yeah, and it's playing music. Alexa, play Rupert Holmes, the Pina Colada song.
I wish we could put music on when we're painting. But Facebook won't let us, so we have to be...
We need to get, what is it, the guy, the social scientist guy.
Oh.
We need to get his
Well, you
soundtrack.
can. You can, all right?
Yeah.
We'll just loop weird music. What do you guys think so far? Kind of do the span of it, babe, so they can kind of get an idea of how it's looking
I'm
right
going,
now.
I'm going. All this pressure.
Come on, you got 1 job!
Hey.
1 job to do! All right, let's go ahead and get this on. Oh, by the way, when you come back here, I'll show you something.
Okay. They said all their Alexas are trying to add that song.
Funny.
I think that may have been a Facebook first. Mass music request. So, Kat Tucker says her Alexa is playing that song now.
No way! That's cool.
So you can sing that, you
Hey,
know.
look. I wanted to show you guys. I haven't dried this part yet, but it's already dried. So when the Chippy Hippie Juice sets up, just know, can you see that up close right here? It actually leaves that texture behind it, right? Look over here as well. This is how it will actually set up right here. Can you see that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Who needs real music when we got Matt, right? Who needs real music when we got Matt? All right, we're going to let that dry, okay? I do want to add some red to it. Oh, it's going to be amazing. But let's do something else. Let's let the yellow continue to dry. And while it's drying, we can work on the chalkboard itself, okay? How about that? Let me go ahead and grab a brush. Okay, so here's the deal. We have got a $8.99 easel that I found at Goodwill. I'm going to use for a sandwich sign for outside my shop where I say, you know, come here, get your $5 foot-long sandwich. Joking. So where I can say stuff like, you know, yes, we're open, and, you know, proud home of Junk Monkey paint. So all that good stuff.
So what are you doing?
I'm going to use our original blend. This is the regular recipe that we call the Junk Monkey Original, right?
Yes.
The chunky stuff. You can see like it's thicker. It's already made, and we're going to go with this. I'm also going to use a chip brush for this process.
What?
Tell
Susan
me.
just broke my internet.
What'd she say?
She said,
Tell me the juicy stuff.
and I'm not into yoga,
Yeah.
but you like monkey paint.
Love it. Love it. You guys are awesome. So much
It
fun.
was funny when I worked at the open kitchen restaurant. This would come on, and I would like scream it, like singing it out there and scare everybody in the restaurant.
Right.
So, anyways.
Because you're a scary guy.
I am.
Right.
Especially if they weren't ready for Rupert Holmes coming out of the kitchen.
Oh, man.
Yeah, top volume. So.
Nice. So what I'm doing right now, guys, is taking our chalky style paint. Because remember, if you don't seal the chalky style paint, you have a chalkboard. So if we have right now 40 colors of the chalky style paint, you can have a chalkboard of any color you want. I'm choosing black. I'm going to go with the classic black, but I could have made this teal or red or anything. But I want it to be dark enough so that when because I'm writing things on it as an advertisement outside my shop, I really, really want it to be, really vivid and clear. So I'm going to go with a dark chalkboard. And then, of course, we mark on it. So I'm going to go right over the existing chalkboard that's on here because it is crap, okay? It is just nothing but, it's not even a good chalkboard, right? It's like that really flat, if you mark on it with chalk, it doesn't even leave a good piece of chalk writing behind it. It's just blah. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go right over it. Remember, any color you want. Using my shabby chip brush. When I do chalkboards, I love to use a brush like this because I don't want it to lay flat, right? I want it so that when I use a stick of chalk, that it's got some texture in it, so that way it writes really, really nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this all over. Yeah. We'll put our first coat down.
So would you use a cling-on brush with chalk paint?
You can if you want, yeah. And now what I'm going to do is just make sure. I like a little bit of a splash outside the edges as well, okay? Yeah. Only because I go shabby distress, so I like...
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I just
Barb said that reminds her of walking down to the wharf back home.
What is it? The colors?
Yeah, I think the everything, right?
By the way, when you use, it does, right, Barb? Back home in Newfoundland, you have all the colored stages and the wharves. By the way, when you use a shabby chip brush, one thing I would encourage you to do, I mean, these are cheap, right, is before you even start with them, just kind of like pull on the bristles on the end, because if there's any that's not really clamped in well, you'll catch them before you start the paint, okay? Sometimes I forget to do that, like right now I'm talking, but normally I like to do that just to give it a little tug, and that way I know, okay, everything that's in there is in there as good as it can be, right? And then I can go ahead, because if not, you do have to fish some out of your painting, and when I fish out, I literally turn my brush on the side and I fish it out and it's gone, okay? Yeah. Without getting into it. Oh, there's another one. Let's see if we can get that one. Here we go.
See, Tess paid attention. She knows what music I like.
What's she saying?
She's like, I had you pegged as more of a Judas Priest type. You have no idea. So, all
right, let's get to the back too.
They make different colors of chalkboard paint. Actually, our paint.
Come to the back.
Our paint can be used any color.
Heck yeah. So you want a teal. I actually see a lot of moms that come in here and they buy this for their, for their daughters to do a chalkboard wall, like an accent wall in their bedroom because they want a teal chalkboard or something like that. So this here is not a chalkboard, right? This is a dry erase. But our chalk style paint is so amazing that I can also convert this into a chalkboard because it's going to stick right onto it. So let's go ahead and do the same on this side as well.
Caitlin.
Bye-bye.
You're going to get a stern talking to this week, too.
What's Caitlin saying?
She's like, please, Sarah, can I share and win? No.
Okay, Caitlin's hilarious. You know what she's talking about today? I have to tell you. So you guys know, right? Well, when you're on the internet, it's you never know who you're going to hear from. But we have individuals that will message us through our messenger, which, remember, if you want a message through Messenger, that's how you get live alerts. So go up to our Facebook page, click message, and then type the word live, and you'll be subscribed. So that way you can all, hang out and learn just new tips, get inspiration, that sort of thing. But anyway, we have people that will message us through Messenger from other countries that will say things like, please, sir, I need a job. So, yeah. So that kind of goes on in the background, right? Yeah.
So, Kelly says, I'm new, your prices are amazing. That's because we do it all ourselves. Kelly,
this is why I say we're not Amazon Prime. We're not the big paint box stores. We are a mom and pop, aka a guy and girl shop. And we have amazing people that help us run our business. We couldn't do it without them as well. And we do everything. Everything is handmade with love. It is handmade. It is hand poured. It is hand packed. and literally your boxes even go up on a dolly to the post office, okay? It is like old-fashioned Happy Mail, and because it's coming directly from us, you're able to get those great prices, because, you know what, we can cut out a lot of, you know, right now we don't have a factory. We don't have to pay a factory. We are our own little factory. You know, it doesn't go into...
factory.
Let's be honest, Matt is the powerhouse of the factory. But yeah, when you do it yourself, you're able to cut out all those extra prices that you have to pay, right? Like a retailer and stuff. So if you guys can wait 7 to 10 days to get your paint, you get an awesome quality paint. You support a small business, right? And a dream. And you guys get to make things beautiful, and you get to come on here and get all kinds of inspiration.
You get great customer service and support,
Heck yeah, we love our people. Yeah, absolutely. We love our freaking people.
Kimberly Horde Thomas is on from Memphis, Tennessee. How's Bill Street tonight? So, Cynthia is shared from Kansas City.
Remember, I like to do the little splash when I do the chalkboard outside, just because it doesn't need to be perfect, right? I don't want it to be perfect. So, going to go with that. We're going to go with that.
Donna asked, how long would you let it dry before you can write on it?
Girl, I'm going to write on it tonight.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yes. So, we got to let our first layer dry, okay? Because here's the thing. The chalky style paint, when you're working with furniture, we tell you you don't have to primer, sand, or strip, right? So, but you always want to lay it on your first layer. And think of it like, even though it's not primer, think of it in your mind like I just laid down primer, okay? But in this case, it happens to be the paint I'm using. I'm going to let it set up. I'm actually going to take the heat dryer to it. And then I'm going to add a second layer. And I'll show you what I do in between and all that goodness, okay? So,
can you paint fabric with your chalk paint? Yes, we actually have. If you go back through our videos, we actually have a tutorial on that.
Yeah, YouTube.
It's on YouTube as well.
Yeah, go YouTube and just type the word fabric, okay? Make sure you find us. I'm telling you, YouTube is like a library of where all our videos go, okay? And we've done a lot of different projects. And so the cool thing about, if you look through all the videos here on Facebook, you can't search them, right, by the title. But they do all live on YouTube, so you can sit back and have hours of fun listening to Matt, okay?
Oh, great. Carol Ann says, when you paint with Junk Monkey paint, you can feel the love like a home-cooked meal.
Heck yeah!
That's our next commercial.
And we probably just wore that color home. we made your paint and then we wore it home, okay? Yeah, see? True story. Matt's wearing all kinds of colors right now, all right? Yeah.
Yes.
So, there you go.
There's nothing that I don't own
that's not covered in paint?
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, look at...
I know, babe. I'm sorry.
Gail Phelps shipping in from Canada.
Hey,
there you go.
Canada, my home to the north.
Yes.
My home to the north. You guys know that I was born in Canada on a beautiful island called Newfoundland. And so basically to get to it, you would cross the border, you'd hop the border, go through New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and then you take a ferry north from there. And you know, I do miss home. I gotta say that home is always home, right? No matter how far you travel. And I can't wait to go back home for another visit. So that's gonna be amazing. Maybe this summer. You guys got any summer plans? Anybody doing anything fun this summer?
Uh-oh. Mary Brewer Mitchell says, being a little nosy, Sonia. First off, if you're gonna ask to be nosy, you gotta say it right. You gotta say you're being a little nebby. So, I know you had a corporate job. Curious as to what profession. Which one?
Well, I kind of had two professions in my life, okay? So, true story. It's funny, you guys ask all the time, too. You ask, you know, how did you and Matt meet? So, I went to school, to college for, my degree is in journalism communications. I love to tell stories, and I just love people's stories. I love unique people. And I always enjoyed working human interest stories, okay? So I worked with the national media in Canada. Anybody know the CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation? So I was a reporter for 10 years with the CBC. And I met Matt while I was covering a story, okay? So at one point, the government in Canada were thinking about having its own Marine Corps. Matt is a Marine. He was part of the exercise. I was the reporter. Enter fairy tale romantic music, cue the music, and the rest is history, right? But when I moved to the U.S., I actually went back to school in the evenings. I love to learn, and I went to a resort in the local area, and I said, hey, you know, I just moved here. I know my job's going to be in media, and I'll probably end up moving to downtown Pittsburgh and working with the major media outlets because that's what my background was. And you know what? I got a job just because I was so bored. Like, I really wanted to have adult conversations. If anybody on here ever like immigrated to another country, there is a process you have to go through, right? So there's a period of time where you can't work legally. And so that period of time usually takes about 6 months or so. And so I was really star crazy, right? I was volunteering for lots of stuff. But anyway, when I finally got my Social Security card, which, by the way, guys, last year, a year ago, I became a U.S. citizen, which is really cool, right? So now I have dual citizenship. Took that big old naturalization test. Like, yeah, if anybody needs a study buddy, call me, all right? But anyway, moved here to the U.S. I took a job at a local resort just because I was dying to get back into the workforce. Told them I was going to be there temporarily, and I never left because, you know what, they moved me into a lot of different positions, and I ended up, by the time I left there, I was the Assistant Director of Human Resources. So believe it or not, I was a girl that lives life in color, stuck in a black and white world, right? A corporate world. And so this is what I did in my spare time. And so, of course, moving to this country, I had lots of free time because I didn't have any family here and I didn't know people here. So, you know what? But I did know furniture, right? So that was always a love, being able to paint and being a creative. And so this is what I did in my spare time in the garage. And Matt, being a chef, he would work a lot of evenings. So I would have a lot of free time on my hands to be able to take care of our son and to be able to paint. And true story, my hobby, my passion became my full-time job, and I was eventually able to say, you know, hey, I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna go on my own. And so now, totally self-employed. We do our own thing. We opened up a shop together, and now Matt no longer works as a chef, which is really cool because we're no longer passing ships in the night. We work together. And we get to make things beautiful and hang out with you guys, right? So it really is a dream come true. It is amazing, right? So that's why I always say, guys, if you have a dream, there ain't no reason why you can't do it, right? Who is preventing you from doing it? Whatever you want to accomplish, you can do it. You just have to be determined. And yes, it takes hard work, but you know what? If you want it, if it's either this, you work for somebody else and you build their dream, or you work for yourself and you build your own, right? And if you're passionate about what you do, I always say you'll never work a day in your life. And even when times are hard, you'll still weather and persist through it because you love it, right? So, like, this is why I'm painting at this time of the night, because I love what I do and I still can't put the paintbrush down. Let's do the other side over here real quick. So I think that was a big old long story, right, to answer that question.
Just a little bit.
So who wants to come over for supper? Yeah, party. But yeah, right? So you can do whatever the heck you want to do. It's your life. Which is pretty darn cool.
It's a lot of work. A lot of work.
Yeah. But we're all in control.
No, you're in control. I get you. I'm
in control?
You're in control.
Go stand in the corner. Go show them some paint colors.
Right,
go show them some paint colors, all right?
Yeah.
Because I'm in control. All right, there you go.
And look, people, paint colors. Yay!
I'm just messing with ya.
I kind of went to sleep on that story because I know that story.
Oh, come on. You went to sleep on that story.
Well, they said I'm being awful quiet.
Yes, he is. He's more like he's touched, okay?
Yes.
He was touched by that
all
story.
teary-eyed.
Yes. He was at a loss for words.
Yes. Do you cook for her a lot? I don't have time to cook. I really don't.
We're always making your paint, people.
Yeah.
This is what we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I do love it when he cooks. Yes, the first meal Matt ever made. Our first date, I will tell you, I'm going to tell them all our secrets now.
Oh,
but
no.
our first date that we ever did, you know what he did? He cooked me supper, and he cooked me the most amazing lasagna. And at that time, of course, living by myself, it was like, you know, this is food. This is so good. So yeah, he kind of spoils me. You know, he likes to cook, and I like food. So it's a marriage made in heaven, is what I say.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Let me see. Is this all dry? It's pretty well, right? So here's what I do now, okay? So we've got that on.
Do you want to tell us your story, Matt?
Which story?
I don't know.
I don't know. Matt's one of those people that, you know,
I can't tell you everything because it's still...
You have to put your family in jail type thing?
A lot of it's still classified, so no, I can't tell you my story. I was born.
Okay,
I worked the farm.
You what?
I worked the farm.
Yes. All right, guys. So this was a really bad chalkboard job. We put the black chalk paint on the top of it. It's now dried into it pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and sand it because this will also get rid of any hairs or any weirdness in the paint. Okay, so we're going to do this to both sides. There we go. All right, and now what we do is we go ahead and we take our second coat. So I do 2 coats when I do a chalkboard, all right? So here's the true story. When you want to create a chalkboard, you don't have to build something like this. Think about what you already have. Can I tell you one of my favorite things to create into chalkboards is those old pictures that you see at the thrift store or old mirrors, because you can cover over the front of them and turn them into something. Like show them that over there where we have, that's a mirror. Yeah, that's a mirror.
Yeah, Tennille, you go. You get out of here.
See you, Tennille?
No, she's moving. She's packing up, heading to warmer weather.
Oh, really?
Warmer weather, lower taxes.
I thought you meant like now she was leaving. Girl, where are you going to? Tell us.
I'm
Take us
saying
with you.
Texas or
You think
Florida.
she's going Texas?
Texas or Florida, yeah.
You think?
Yep.
Or is she saying?
Tammy Cottrell, if you tell us, you will have to kill us.
Yes, right? Yes.
I never said that. It's just that you might never be found.
Yes. Get used to it, people. This is what happens when you marry a Marine.
Okay, Lori, sorry about the not getting to the winner yet, but
Not getting
I'm
to the what?
glad
Winner?
she was boarding. She was on a delayed flight, so yeah.
Where's she going?
Our buddy Lori Scott. She's going somewhere to shimmer stuff.
Oh. She's getting on a flight?
Yeah.
Dang, girl. Where's she going to?
I don't know.
And she didn't take us?
Yeah.
Girl, I thought we were friends. All right, guys.
Oh, she's going to Alabama.
Alabama.
Alabama! On the gridiron in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
There you go. All right, so what do you guys think so far? Remember that awful espresso scratched up looking thing with the green inlay is now this awesome yummy blackboard. Can you guys see that with the heat gun? You were asking me about how quick it dries. If I wanted a perfect chalkboard, I would roll this on versus brush it on. But I'm going for character, right, my friends? I'm going for character. She's going the distance. I'm sorry, I don't know why I want to say
Carol and Carolyn, you have my pity.
Oh, what are they saying?
They married Marines.
Ah! Yes, right. You guys know what I'm talking about. Funny stuff. Those minds of yours. All right, let's draw that right here. Can you guys see as this dries? It's pretty amazing that the heat gun will do this.
We might have to go to Alabama. Everybody's from Alabama.
Really?
Yeah.
What time is it in Alabama right now?
It's only an hour. Well, I don't know if they're an hour behind. I know Ross is an hour behind us, Mississippi. Some of my best friends live in Mississippi, so.
What time is it right now? I don't even know.
I know Ross is an hour behind us.
Yeah, but I'm asking, what time are we in right now?
We're in Eastern time zone.
No! What time is it our time?
I have no idea. I don't have
Telling
my
me
phone.
somebody is an hour behind me doesn't help me figure out what time it is.
Yes,
right
it does. You just gotta figure it out.
Yeah, right.
You go upstairs, up outside the position of the moon.
Yeah.
Kim says 9:30.
9:30
Is
our
that
time.
Eastern time or is that probably Eastern time? Yeah. Oh, Tracy just made her first piece of furniture with Monkey Paint.
You did, girl.
I hope it came out well.
Share it to our page. Come on, so we can all love on it. That'd be amazing. I love when you guys share pictures to our page so I can flip them and share them with everybody.
Is that why you married Matt? You like character? No, she must like annoyance. Is what I'm figuring. 9:25 in Bama. 10:25. Holy crap! Is it really 10:25? It is. 10:25 Eastern time.
Is it really?
You're keeping me up, and I gotta work all night. Linda says it's 7:30. Yes, Linda. You had to rub it in, didn't you?
Alright, I just kind of want to get this drying. So yeah, do your 2 coats if you ever do a chalkboard, okay?
I love Idaho, Shelley. I love Boise. I believe.
I've been to Idaho.
What was the theater I went to in Idaho? The old turn of the century. I think it was called the Egyptian. It was a cool theater. It was an old like movie theater / vaudeville theater, and it was all Egyptian themed.
Right.
It was super awesome. If I could buy any building and live in one, that would be it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Listen, I love me some potatoes, and I hear that there's a lot of potatoes in Idaho.
There
so
are
that
a lot
alone
of
makes me
potatoes
want to go to
in Idaho.
Idaho,
Yeah,
okay?
there you go.
Because like I say, you guys know, if I was on a deserted island, the potato would be the vegetable that I would bring. What would you guys bring? I mean, if I could pick one vegetable, it would be the potato. You can do so much with the potato.
Kendra said you take watching paint dry to a whole new wonderful level.
Yes,
oh, good.
right?
I'm glad. Yeah.
Heck yeah. So here's what I'm talking about when you use these chip brushes,
Oh,
okay?
Barb's
This is
in
a new
Alberta.
one. Go ahead. Yeah, it's Barb Slade.
Yeah, I know that.
She's
I
a
thought she was back in Newfoundland.
No. She's a Newfoundlander, but she moves.
She's in Edmonton.
Yep. So when I do this here, it like gets any of that stuff off, right?
She's getting to watch Connor McDavid. A little bit jealous there.
All right.
Dana's checking in from Olympia, Washington. Carol's in Kansas. It's 9:25 there.
Hey,
I see ribbon streamers from the sides flowing in the breeze. So cute in front of your store. Oh, yeah.
All right,
I'm
let's do
tired.
some
I
red.
can't even think.
Let's do some red ochre. Okay, right here, babe.
Oh, that's right.
1, 2, roughly, all right? Somebody said you need some red, and I totally agree. So we did 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see what we can totally make some red pop on here, okay? Let's do it. So who's ready for work tomorrow? Who's got the day off? Tell me all the juicy details. Who's gonna be staying home tomorrow and relaxing?
Are you going to use a more durable sealer? Yes, so we're going to get to that in a minute.
Heck yeah! We're almost there, my friends. We are in the home stretch.
Deb Shoe said, Idaho here, near Boise, surrounded by thousands of acres of potatoes.
Oh my god.
And
It's my dream.
Shelley said she's 5 hours north of Boise. I didn't think the state was that big.
Wow. How far away are we from Idaho?
What?
From
Idaho?
Idaho.
It's right beside Washington and Oregon, so it's a long way. So it's 8:27 Colorado, Rocky Mountain time.
That's where I want to go too.
So it's midnight in Newfoundland.
I want to go to
right now.
Colorado and see the mountains. This is one of the reasons why I moved to the U.S. so I could get out and see all this wonderful, great country. What do you think? If you were me, knowing what you know, because a lot of you guys grew up here in the U.S., right? This is your home. If you could tell me right now, what should be my bucket list of places to see in the U.S.? Pennsylvania has been amazing. And getting to see a lot of the different states around here. But tell me what you think. Where should I go to visit in terms of getting across the country to really see what's out there? All right, so there you go, red ochre, right? Like I say, the longer you let it stand, the more thicker it will get, okay? So let's go ahead and add a little bit of red on here. I think we should. So I could totally do some more chippy hippie if I want. Let's do it, only because we can. All right, let me find my chippy hippie.
Debbie's checked in from
Hippie.
Tulare, California. I got it! Ha ha ha!
What?
Debbie Sandy Stone from Tulare, California.
All right, I'm going to basically give a little bit of red on some of the parts of it. So I'm not going to do a whole lot, but I do want it kind of around the edges, okay? So think about a little bit of a border in red. I think that would be fun. And then, of course, this red ochre color that we have really is like a barn sort of red. So I think I want to go with that kind of color for it. All right, let's bring a little bit of it together. Maybe I'll put a little bit down here as well.
I took part of that road, Cat, when I was stationed out there. And it is an amazing drive. I just wish I had a Ferrari and not a 1984 Ford Escort.
Oh, at the time, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you see that? Really cool, right? Let's go ahead and give it a little bit on here. If you can see it up close, it does the same thing as what it was doing before. But I don't want to go all
no doubt. I
over.
am definitely a foodie, and no doubt that You know, I just got Sonia into muffaladas, by the way.
Muffaladas.
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
I can't remember what's a muffalata.
The muffalada, the olive spread.
Oh, dang, that was good stuff.
Yes, the bread.
Yeah, when are you going to hook me up with some more of that? That was good stuff. That was good stuff. Just
everybody's inviting us to all these different places in the country we want to go. So
yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, we've often talked about taking the junk monkey on the road.
Yeah.
Doing
we
like
got to get a junk
really
monkey
cool
van
tour.
first.
Yeah, that'd be so cool, right?
All right. So.
And then we like have a whole list of places. It's kind of twofold, right? Then I get to see more of the country, and I get to see you guys. So how fun would that be, right? We advertise where we're going to be.
Or we just come to your house and say, hey.
Matt's here to cook you supper.
Hey.
We're here.
So, anyways. Somebody want to know, does the hippy jippy...
Hippy jippy.
Does it activate the layer underneath?
Oh, look at that, right?
The second time.
It doesn't. No. But look at this here. I got some chippiness going on here. I love it. Because remember, this is chippy, right? Now I got to do a little bit of distressing as well. But we'll do that in just a second. Now I'm just going to add some red into it. I want it kind of looking like it's just, you know.
It's funny. Diana's checking in from Alaska, and she said you should definitely put it on your bucket list.
To go to Alaska?
Diana, I'm telling you right now, if you go to her home of Newfoundland and Labrador, it's pretty close. It's to Alaska, the east coast of it. So I've been to Alaska. I love Alaska. Dana says drive I-40 from California to North Carolina. I did that when I'd have to change duty stations. I actually hated that drive.
Really?
Yeah, because it ended in California, right? You would catch it in Wilmington, I-40, remember?
Yeah.
You'd catch it in Wilmington, you could take it the whole way to California.
What do you guys think so far? Is it coming out? Can you see it? A little bit of red coming down.
Teresa says Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'll be your tour guide.
Listen,
Teresa,
I want to go to Myrtle Beach.
Wait. Teresa, let me tell you something about Myrtle Beach, girl.
What? They got your name on a flyer somewhere? What?
Let me tell you about Myrtle Beach. I am so intimately connected with Myrtle Beach.
Okay, that's just scary.
I can tell you that there's 1,347 little dots in the roof of the sheriff's office.
Because you were a bad boy. You were a bad Marine, weren't you?
I was a spirited young man.
You got yourself in trouble.
I was a spirited young man.
All right, come on the other side.
So, anyways.
We're going to go ahead and add a little bit over here as well. I got to go ahead and put my second layer on this side too. I forgot to do that part when I have my brush out. So we will do that as well.
Oh my God, get a truck. You Matt can cook and you can paint. Why does everybody want me to cook? I don't want to cook.
Listen, you can't be stingy and keep your gifts to yourself, right? By the way, guys, I was thinking right here, do you see how there's these two little holes, which I guess would probably be like for when you're a painter, you put your water in there. I'm guessing, just a little bit I know about painting. But I think what I'm going to do is actually get some little terracotta pots and put in here. I think that would be really cute right there. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Or any other ideas for what I should put in those holes?
Disney. I want to take Sonia and my son to Disney and to Universal, but neither one of them are big amusement park fans.
No, I don't like amusement parks.
You're weird.
I don't mind walking around them, but I don't want to be on the roller coasters. And I don't want to be in a closed place that makes me feel claustrophobic.
Janet says, haha, she said they have your name on a flyer somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you know, they just might. They just might. I was on a first name basis with all the boys down there.
Funny stuff.
Debbie said you tamed him, Sonia.
Yes, like I'm telling you people, you don't
I am
realize,
not that.
Like seriously, I had to like.
I
what did you do? You didn't meet me. Good God.
I put on an air of domestication, but don't let that fool you.
All right, guys, do you like that little bit of red that I put into it just to kind of perk it up a little bit? We got to do our second side over here real fast. I forgot. Okay, let's do this real fast. Real fast. By the way, do our last round of sharing as we wrap up.
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, if
Again,
you want to
being
be...
all stingy. Come on now.
Yeah, remember, Super Happy Make It Fun Time Ultimate Mystery Box. It could be arriving at your house. All you have to do is share this and then post the word shared that you shared it, and you might be chosen to receive the awesome mystery box.
There you go. All right, I'm just putting my second layer of paint on this side over here because
Donna,
it's
we've been to
two-sided.
Cape May, and we love Cape May.
Oh.
And we love Victorians. I am a Victorian.
Yeah, I want to
we're
go
actually,
this summer, rent a house somewhere around there. Just
yeah,
stay
we're
for a week.
actually looking to buy a big Victorian somewhere, actually.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
We
Let
love
Matt
old
do a
homes.
piece.
I
Yeah.
could, right?
No.
I think I should too.
No.
I think he'd do awesome. All right, do a quick spin around and show him both sides now. Done.
I'm showing. Ooh, look at this. Ooh. Ah.
I'm on my way. Nice, huh? Yeah, come on, Vanna. Work it. Work it, Vanna.
And remember, if you're not chosen tonight, you have what? 10 more chances? Well, 11 more chances after 10. 10 more chances after
Can you
tonight.
count? Come on now. You're almost as bad as me.
I can't
You're
count.
almost as bad as me.
You know, I went to Connellsville Area High School.
All right, let's see here. Okay, let's go ahead and now do a little bit of distressing to actually see a little bit of the wood through, right? So I think that'll be really, really cool. We got some chippiness happening up here, which I love that. Let's play that up a little bit more. Ooh, look at that, right? Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Chippiness, chippiness, because milk paint is unpredictable. So cool, right? We want it to look wretched looking. Look over that big chip. All right, chips ahoy.
Everybody says red really finished it, looks old. So I gotta ask Michelle Diaz. With the name Michelle Diaz, he says you can come to Colorado and I will paint with Sonia and cook you a real Scottish meal.
Oh my God! That sounds
I gotta hear this story of a Diaz who can cook the Scottish meal. You make a haggis,
well, that might
I'll
not
make
be her
hog
married
maw.
name, right? I don't know.
You make a haggis and I'll make hog maw and we'll go at it. So
That's crazy.
we'll get some bangers, some blood pudding going. We'll get it all done.
All right.
Vanna had nothing on that. That's right. And you haven't even seen my legs.
Should I be scared?
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe.
just
Maybe.
making sure. Just making sure. All right, so I want to do some distressing. Of course, I would encourage you to do that the whole way around as well, as much as you want to do. Now, the next thing is we're going to do is let's take a little bit of our sand block again. When I do this part, I don't like to use a sand block that has a ton of coarse grit, right? I keep the same ones that I've been using, and I throw my
There you
used
go.
ones into a bucket, okay?
There you go.
What's that?
She said her maiden name is McDonald.
Yep.
So you make a haggis and I'll make you a Swiss hog maw, which is kind of like a haggis.
Awesome. So guys, now we got ourselves a chalkboard, right?
Yeah.
And so when you do the sand over, it's staying on, so you know you're good to go. All right, let's go ahead. By the way, who remembers being in school and you couldn't wait to be the
Yeah,
person to
people
go
like
outside and get the ruler to be able to oh, let's go ahead and do that with the brush. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let me find my chalk. Okay, so this is how you season a chalkboard, okay? You guys know how to season a chalkboard?
Somebody said earlier, make sure you season it. So.
Yes. You turn your chalk on the side. This ain't a giant stick of chalk. But this is what you do. What happens is the chalk dust gets into the pores. So what happens and what prevents from happening is so that you do not get what's called ghosting. That's when you put the first thing down and that word welcome is stuck there forever, right? So you do this, that will eliminate that. So let's go ahead and
That
slide
noise.
it over.
Oh, that noise.
It's not fingers.
I know, but it's still, it's like, it's gonna, I got goosebumps.
Oh, my Lord. Really?
Yes, it's
That's
terrible.
funny.
It's
All right,
terrible.
let me get a different cloth.
Look
so
at
I
my,
can
look at
wipe
my
that.
arm. I'm like,
Really? It's
Yes.
good to know.
No, it's not.
All right. So what we're going to do now is just wipe it off. Just get a rag and wipe it off, and your chalkboard is ready to go. So this one is going to go outside. All right. And the cool thing is it's going to go ahead and cure tonight as well.
You are
continuing,
late. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And then we can put things like, yes, we are open, right? So now, what was an $8.99 piece that got donated is now been given new life to be able to use all over again, right?
People are running out of phone batteries.
Pretty darn cool.
Not us, I'm saying them, so.
What's that?
They need to.
Well, they need to charge your phones. Come on now.
Well, we need to stop messing around here.
Who's been messing around?
I have.
Who's been messing around? Last time I checked, I was the one that was crawling around on all fours, doing multiple layers of goodness. All right, so before you go, I do have to share with you guys because I know somebody out there needs this help. Okay, I need help, but this is some help that you guys probably need. All right, so to seal it, I've been talking to you guys the last few nights about using wax, right? Our Monkey Shine as a sealer. It is amazing, especially for furniture that doesn't plan to get a lot of use, or it's not going to go outside, or just get used and abused, right? So this is my favorite right here. It's called Minwax Water-Based. It's polyacrylic, not polyurethane. That's the old style, the stuff that was oil-based, that turned your stuff yellow, that stinks for 3 days at a time, ruins your brushes. This stuff dries crystal clear. It's water-based, fast-drying, and it's amazing. Okay, so we've come a long way in the world of what you would think about with polyurethanes. So polyacrylic. I have a different brush that I use for this. You would want to use something that's a little bit more flowy, and have a designated brush for yourself to be able to, get a brush for your polyurethane, right? You don't want to be using your paintbrush for that.
Designated brush.
Yes, like a designated driver, okay?
You don't want the police stopping.
No, heck no. So now I'm going to put this sealer. I'm going to do 2 coats of this sealer, and what that will do is just give it a nice protection. Now the good thing is I know that I have stuff already out in my yard that has not been sealed, and it's still looking fine and fabulous. And the fact that I've done this in a distressed style kind of helps me out, because when it's outside and Mother Nature does her thing, she's only going to continue to make it look more older, but do it in her own way naturally, right? So it's going to make my piece look absolutely amazing. So all I've got to do is continue putting the polyurethane on it, and then I'm going to be good to go. All right, I think you should do a giveaway.
I should do a giveaway.
Yeah, I think you should.
Can you glaze or antique over poly?
Over poly? You can if you wanted to. Most people would glaze before they poly because poly seals it in. Think about it like this. You go ahead and you paint your piece, you do your faux effects with it, and then you use a poly just like you would be taking a picture. It seals it in, it preserves that moment. So once you get all your work done, including the glazing and all your paint layers, your chippy hippie juice, whatever you're using to make your piece look the way you want it to look, then put the poly on and it preserves it in that moment, okay?
Caitlin says I should whisper you the name of the winner and you should write it on the chalkboard.
Oh, that's a great idea.
We don't pay you to think, Caitlin.
That's a great idea. But then I probably spelled the name wrong, right? All right.
Maybe not.
Okay, before you're ready, then let's do this here. Let's do this here. Give me a moment to find a rag, okay? Let me see here. I need a little bit of water to put on this.
Okay, I got one.
Okay, hang on.
Let me show you.
Don't put it yet. Oh, you're gonna write it?
No, you write it.
I'm gonna write it.
Because my hands are like...
Okay, well, let's go ahead and wipe it off.
Okay.
I'm just using some water, guys. If you ever clean in your chalkboard, just use water and use more of what I just used, for goodness sakes. Hang on here. Let's see here. There we go. All right, who's ready? Did everybody share?
That name right there at the top.
Top one? Okay.
Okie dokie, schmoky.
All right.
And the winner tonight is, hopefully she
Spells it right?
Yeah.
Who starts with a D? Did I spell it right?
Yes.
And it's right?
Yeah.
A?
Yes.
Next one?
M?
Yeah,
M.
Can't remember. Okay, and hurry up.
I said it was an M.
I think we missed one more thing. Who is it? You guys know.
Diane.
Oh, I was going to put an H at the end or something, right? I know. Okay, all right. Yay! Right here.
Diane, if you're on here, contact us so we can give you your instructions.
There you go. All right. Cool.
Diane
All right, my friends, we are
Diane
gonna
Ham.
jump off of here for the night.
Well, we gotta see if she answers, because if not, we gotta pick somebody else.
Oh, she hasn't answered yet? Okay.
No,
all right,
she's
we'll wait.
usually on here a lot.
Okay, we'll wait. Come on, Diane. We are waiting for you.
Waiting for Diane. Waiting for Diane.
What was he gonna do? Oh yeah. Okay.
Diane.
All right, you wait for Diane to come.
Cape Cod, where are you?
Yeah. Maybe she left.
Oh, there she is. She is here. Okay.
Hang on a second.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a moment. I'm coming.
Uh-oh.
Because I gotta tell him something too.
Uh-oh.
What?
Nothing.
What are you laughing at?
I didn't say no. I just said uh-oh.
Okay. All right.
So, Diane, email us at chunkmonkeypaint@gmail.com with your address, and we will get out your box of mystery.
The box o mystery. All right. So this would be fun too, right? Like something like this. Guys, I have to tell you, as I clean house, I have a bunch of these handmade shabby swags. I may have 20, I want to say, 15, 20 of them. And I'm going to be putting them up for sale, okay? So, and these can ship anywhere, okay? But these are super cool. They're all handmade, and you can hang them over things. You can use them as balances or whatever you want to hang it as, you know, backs of chairs. People use them in nurseries. They're all handmade, clean material. And you can do really, really fun stuff with them, right? Yep, absolutely.
New.
You got it. So pretty, so you can do all kinds of fun stuff with it. So I just wanted to give you a heads up, but this would look super cute on here as well. Imagine if I would hang like that.
You know
and
what
I
would look cute on there?
open in there or something. What?
Me.
You would look cute in there?
Yeah, I'd just
All right.
drape myself over it and be like, hey,
A little bit of
you want to come in?
front swag. All right, pretty cool though, right? So anyway, if anybody wants to grab one, I will go ahead and post those so you guys can think about doing that if you want. And then, or you can also wear them as a boa. We don't judge.
Okay.
All right, thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully you got some inspiration tonight.
I look good in a boa too.
Oh my.
Hey, Jesse the Body Ventura.
It's getting scary.
If Jesse the Body can get away with a boa, I can get away with it.
Okay, all right. You know what? I'm just going to believe him. I'm going to believe him.
There you go.
All right, you guys have a terrific night. Thanks for hanging out with us. Tomorrow we'll be back again. Tomorrow we will be back again. Tomorrow with a whole new project. We'll see what we can find to paint and flip. Having fun with paint, all right? Through the power of paint.
And
you
maybe
guys are
I'll
awesome.
get some sleep now.
Yes.
All right.
There you go.
We're going to bed.
Matt is going to go wrap himself in a boa and take a nap.
All right.
All right.
Good night. See you guys.